The simmering discontent within the Democratic Party has erupted into a full-blown crisis, a potent cocktail of anger and disillusionment that threatens to reshape the political landscape. The whispers of frustration have escalated into a roaring crescendo, echoing across town halls, rallies, and online platforms, a stark testament to the party's struggle to navigate a turbulent political climate. The raw emotion was palpable at recent events. A constituent's plea to Representative Gil Cisneros, "I wish you'd be angry," encapsulates the sentiment shared by countless Democrats. Similar cries of frustration, even punctuated by expletives, were voiced at a Minnesota gathering of Democratic attorneys general, highlighting the widespread feeling of inadequacy and impotence. This anger, once a slow burn, is now a raging inferno, fueled by a deep-seated fear of a nation sliding into authoritarianism. The target of this fury is multifaceted. Donald Trump, with his controversial policies and empowerment of Elon Musk's seemingly unrestrained attacks on federal agencies, is a primary lightning rod. Progressive activists see this as the spark igniting a populist backlash, not just against Trump, but also against Democratic leaders perceived as failing to meet the moment with the necessary force and conviction. The massive turnout at Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Fight Oligarchy rallies, drawing tens of thousands across 3 Western states, underscores the depth of this discontent. Even Republican-held districts witnessed packed events featuring Democratic members of Congress, a stark contrast to the advised cautionary silence being urged upon Republican representatives regarding town hall meetings. The intensity is such that Senator Mark Kelly, joining the Tesla takedown movement, publicly disposed of his Tesla in protest, highlighting the far-reaching effects of the escalating conflict. This widespread dissatisfaction has some speculating about a potential grassroots revolt, echoing the scale and intensity of the Tea Party movement. The question posed by 26-year-old progressive TikTok star Kat Abughazel in her campaign video, "What if we didn't suck?" reflects a growing sentiment within the party, a desperate yearning for a radical shift in strategy and image. Her bid for a safely Democratic Illinois House district, currently held by the long-serving Representative Jan Schakowsky, symbolizes this yearning for change. The need for a post-election reset is near universal. California Governor Gavin Newsom, a leading voice within the Democratic Party, frankly labeled his party's brand toxic in a recent Los Angeles Times interview, a candid assessment mirroring the concerns voiced across the party. This assessment is tragically reinforced by recent polling data. A Quinnipiac University poll revealed that only 40% of Democrats approved of their congressional leadership, a stark contrast to the 49% who disapproved. This sobering slapdown of historic proportions, as described by polling analyst Tim Malley, predates Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's controversial vote in favor of the Republican-drafted government funding bill, a decision that further inflamed the already tense situation and fueled calls for new leadership. The raw power of anger as an electoral force is undeniable, as noted by Stephen W. Webster, a political scientist at Indiana University and author of American Rage, How Anger Shapes Our Politics. However, Harvard sociologist and political scientist Theda Skocpol, who extensively studied the Tea Party, cautions against mirroring its strategy. Despite the bleak outlook, a glimmer of hope emerged from an unexpected source: the upset victory of Democrat James Malone in a Pennsylvania state Senate race, a district that overwhelmingly voted for Trump in the previous election. State Senator Vincent Hughes framed Malone's win as a referendum on the chaos Washington Republicans have brought to our state, encapsulating the prevailing sentiment of voter frustration. The disconnect between the party and the electorate is profoundly concerning. One respondent to a recent poll, as reported by CNN, simply stated, "No one," encapsulating the feeling of disconnect and lack of representation. This sentiment is echoed by a podcast host in Phoenix who lamented, "Nobody knows what time it is. Nobody seems to be ready to meet this moment." A post-election analysis by pollster David Shore revealed a dramatic shift among naturalized citizens who moved from supporting Joe Biden in 2020 to Trump in 2024, choosing a candidate who promised to restrict immigration, the very system that enabled their entry into the country. Equally alarming was the significant swing toward Trump among young people, particularly men. Representative Chris Deluzio, representing a competitive Pennsylvania district, directly addressed the issue in a floor speech. Democrats need to wake up and stop defending elites and the establishment. This call for a fundamental shift in approach is echoed by others within the party. The proposed solution, according to Ruffini, involves a strategy he terms combative centrism, candidates who actively confront Trump and his administration while maintaining moderate stances on key social and economic issues. This proposed path forward, while offering a potential solution, highlights the immense challenge facing the Democratic Party as it grapples with its internal conflicts and the urgent need to regain the trust and support of its increasingly disillusioned base. The path to recovery will require not only strategic shifts, but also a profound understanding and addressing of the underlying anxieties and frustrations fueling this crisis. This will require more than just rhetorical adjustments. It necessitates a genuine commitment to the concerns of the electorate, demonstrating a willingness to adapt, listen, and ultimately, truly represent the people they seek to lead. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, but the urgent need for change is undeniably clear.